everyone, I am Ramyashri. Welcome to my channel Ramya Jyotish. On this auspicious occasion, I wish all of your lives be filled with unending prosperity, unbroken health and infinite happiness. Akshaya Tritiya is not just about buying gold, silver or any precious commodity. It's the abundance of the activities we perform today. This Akshaya Tritiya has its own significance from spiritual, astrological and Puranic point of view. And that's what we will discuss today, along with some predictions about global financial markets as well. So if you like my videos, please do like and share the videos among your friends and family circle. And don't forget to press the bell icon to receive instant notifications as soon as I upload any new video. And if you want to avail my consultations, please refer to the form link in my description, or you can even visit my website ramyajyotish.com. So let's begin on this auspicious occasion to know what Akshaya Tritiya is and what's the significance of it. So as per our Itihasa, Mahabharata, because we consider Ramayana and Mahabharata as an Itihasa, history. And as per that, Draupadi received Akshaya Patra on this day, through which she was able to cook infinite meals to everyone whoever visited them during their 12 years of Aranyavasa. It was on Akshaya Tritiya Bhagwan Parshuram was born, the 6th avatar of Mahavishnu in the Dashavatara. So there are multiple significances as per our Itihasa, and now if we see the spiritual and astrological significance, this is quite interesting. On the day of Akshaya Tritiya, the luminaries, Prakashamana Grahas, Surya and Chandra will be in their greatest point of strength. That is, Surya will be exalted in Mesha Rashi and Chandra will be exalted in Vrishab Rashi. Surya is referred to Surya Atma Shita Karastu Tejaha. That means Surya is the Atma Karaka who has that inner capability to bring awareness in the soul of a person. Chandrama Manaso Jataha. Chandra is the Manas Karaka. So this is the astrological significance. Now if we try to decode it from the spiritual point of view, Surya being the Atma Karaka, Chandra being the Manas Karaka, will be at the greatest point on Akshaya Tritiya. So on this day, any kind of activity if we do, it will attain very good or more amount of beneficial results. Why? Because when Atma and Manas both also align at the same direction, then we will get the abundant amount of beneficial results. As per Jyotisha, we consider three entities, Atma, Manas and Sharira. When with good Atma and Manas, if we do the activity through our body, who will not get the benefic results? And that's what spiritually we mean about Akshaya Tritiya. That's why any kind of activity done on Akshaya Tritiya doesn't need any muhurta to be looked upon. There are three tithis as per our Sanatan Dharma, which is considered to be most auspicious and doesn't need any kind of muhurta or panchanga review. First is Yugadi, that is Chaitra Shukla Pratipada. Second is Akshaya Tritiya, which is today, which comes usually in Vaishakha Shukla Tritiya. And the third one is Vijay Dashmi in the Ashvija Shukla Dashmi. So these three tithis are considered to be the most auspicious and doesn't need any muhurta overview. So this Akshaya Tritiya has its such vast significance from all the three angles, astrological, spiritual and Aitihasic. So now let's go ahead from here and understand even more deeper meaning about Akshaya Tritiya and why this calendar year 2026 Parabhava Nama Samvatsara or Raudra Nama Samvatsara's Akshaya Tritiya is very special. As I have discussed in my previous Yugadi video, this year's Chaitra Shukla Pratipada started with the Kshaya Tithi. That is, on the first day of this Samvatsara, we did not have the Tithi during the Suryodaya. So it was still Amavasya during Suryodaya. After one Ghati, 24 minutes, we got Chaitra Shukla Pratipada, the Pratipada Tithi. And the very next day, Pratipada Tithi had already completed before the next sunrise, and that's why this Tithi was known as Kshaya Tithi. So this year we couldn't start with good Tithi, but now we have Akshaya Tritiya, which is the second auspicious Tithi, and any kind of activity performed today can give abundant amount of results. So overview, or if I say, this Tithi seems to be more special this year because Yugadi was not that good. But now if we see how is this Akshaya Tritiya, it unfolds one more astrological alignment which is quite pleasant as well. Sun is exalted, moon is exalted, yes, we know. But along with that, the Dhanakaraka, Sampatkaraka, or the planet which represent happiness, comfort, luxury, Venus, Shukra, is also present in Vrishab Rashi along with moon. Vrishab Rashi is the sign of Shukra itself along with Tula Rashi. So Shukra, Chandra both present in Vrishab Rashi itself is a stellar Dhana Yoga as well as a great Raj Yoga. Because among the 9 planets which we have in our Vedic Jyotish, Shukra and Chandra are the feminine planets. So both the feminine planets placed in the natural second house, Dhana Bhava, that is Vrishab Rashi, it itself indicates accumulation of wealth is possible in a very great manner this year. Again, wealth doesn't mean only money. It can be even more. Already we are aware that this year has one greater transit, that is Guru moving to his exaltation sign on 2nd of June. So once Guru moves to the Sukha Bhava, he will spread the amount of happiness we wouldn't have even thought of. But before that only, Shukra is giving that indication along with Chandra. So Shukra, who is the Karaka for comfort, luxury, beauty, and he is the Karaka for all kind of pleasant stuffs, even for public celebrations, public festivals, also for the mood of people, we need a very good or strong Venus. And for our country Bharat, Venus is a very important planet because he is the Lagna lord of our country chart, that is Vrishab Lagna. So these 2 planets being in the Vrishab Rashi at this time just indicates the good times which we would be getting in future. So all these 3 planets collectively are indicating for good times which will start from 11th of May. So let's start at the time Shukra transited to Vrishab Rashi. Though the Tithi started at 10:50 a.m. on 19th of April, and that's why on 19th of April we cannot consider it has to be Akshaya Tritiya, and today 20th April only we have to consider it as Akshaya Tritiya, because as per Sanatan Dharma, whatever Tithi would be in the Suryodaya, that will be considered for the whole day if we have to celebrate or if we have to do any kind of Vrata, Puja, everything. So that's why that's why on 20th of April we have to consider as Akshaya Tritiya. So on 19th of April around 10:48 a.m. Tritiya Tithi started, and around afternoon 3:50 p.m. IST, Shukra moved from Mesha Rashi to Vrishab Rashi. So when we cast a Kundli at this time, we can see it would be Simha Lagna, Ketu in the Lagna, and 7th house will have Rahu, and 8th house will have multiple planets, Mangal, Shani and Buddha, who is Neecha but in Parivartana with Guru. So there is an 8th and 11th exchange, and 9th house will have Surya exalted, which is good. Lagna Lord exalted in 9th house. This is one of the finest transit if we consider from Dharma point of view. And 10th house will have Shukra and Chandra. So what does this indicate is what will be the matter of subject in this video. So firstly, I'll say this is one of the finest charts we can see if we see through spirituality point of view. It indicates that people will turn more and more spiritual this year, and people will feel that more than money, it is the devotion and it is the good things we do on a daily basis are more important. So slowly this year we may see people turning dharmic, people speaking truth, and people considering moksha more seriously, the path of moksha, path of spirituality more seriously. Because when Ketu is in the Lagna, people will start thinking that what we are done with the life and what's next. So that is the stage every one of us may reach in this year, and we'll see more and more people would be interested. So this is one of the finest achievement or one of the finest years I can say in the recent years. We have seen a lot of turbulences over the years, whether it's COVID, multiple wars and everything, and now when we are moving towards spirituality, that definitely seems to be a great journey. So Lagna Lord in exalted in 9th house, so we may see that many politicians visiting temple towns or temples and having darshan of the Devtas, Bhagwan, and not just that, they promote Hinduism even in a larger way. Rahu in the 7th house also indicates that social media will grow to even more powerful way and become even more powerful and more influential in coming days. But because it is in Kumbha Rashi, which indicates that it would be throwing up surprising elements, because Kumbha to see from outside it is a different, but what is inside we won't get to know. So we may get some surprising elements also this year. We may have to watch out for that. And 8th house having such good planets, Mangal, Shani, Buddha, all, both of them are malefics, but they along with it has Buddha who is in Parivartana with Guru. So even if we consider it as Mangal, Shani, Guru conjunction, replacing the planets of Parivartana, it indicates that even the Nastik of Nastik also would be interested to become spiritual. So this is one of the finest development we can expect this year. So more and more people will be drawn towards spiritualism, and we will hear the chanting of mantras and of dharmic activities more and more in this world. So not just in Bharat but outside as well. So this is a very good development for the promotion of our Sanatan Dharma. We ideally don't promote our Dharma, but we have to, so that significance and essence of our Dharma reaches to other countries as well who haven't even heard of it as well. So if I explain in a way, Guru in 11th house, so markets will perform really well, and when he comes to the 12th house, most of the long-term investments will reap very good benefits. So these are some predictions which I can give from the general point of view of the Akshaya Tritiya Tithi. So this is definitely one of the best Akshaya Tritiya in the recent years. Now, based on the same Kundli, if I try to predict the global financial markets, then we have some auspicious indications as well as some neutral indications as well. So let me go through that as well. Firstly, as per our tradition, Akshaya Tritiya and gold are inseparable. So it's never said anywhere that we have to buy gold, but it has become a tradition, and that's why valuing that, if we see in Jyotish, gold is represented by sun, Surya, because Surya represents precious metals, because in the olden days, Surya or the Raja used to wear the precious metals, and that's why when sun is exalted in Mesh Rashi, that is during this Akshaya Tritiya Tithi, the divine metal definitely will receive strongest possible endorsement. So gold prices definitely will surge up in coming days, and it is already at its peak vitality. So Surya will consider to push it up even more further, because Surya is now in a very good strength, 100% strength. And because Venus, which governs silver along with moon, is also in Rishabh Rashi, who is the lord of it, it will give double layered support system, and it will also increase the prices of the precious metals, both silver and gold. So we may see silver, gold both going up in the month of May, June, July. So it will be a fantastic bullish run is what I would like to say. When both king and minister of luxury are in strength, so these two metals will find massive support. And globally also we may see some uncertainty and currency fluctuations, because Venus represents currency, and that's why Venus connection with moon may indicate fluctuations, because moon is staying in a sign for just 2.25 days, so it has that chanchala Vyaktitva. So Shukra Chandra's connection is very good, but also it has its own fluctuation, so we may even see that as well. So exalted sun won't allow the metal to be disrespected, but currency or any other new things which is actually volatile may become even more, and these fluctuations can reap good amount of profits as well, and there could be some indefinite losses as well. So we have to be a bit careful. So any dips you see in gold prices or silver prices right now is definitely a good opportunity for you to purchase. Again, till when? That's a big question. So these periods are likely to be absorbed very quickly. So even though there would be a lot of volatility in the markets in the next 15-20 days, but it has potential to even cover up those as well, because the planets are in very good strength. The basic planets which indicate the luxury or finances are in very good strength, and that's why we may see recovery also as quicker as the dips has been. So I would say, turning to the global equity markets, sun moon exaltation fills the air with confidence. So confidence is vital enough for any bulls to drive the market. So the Raj Yoga between Venus and moon specifically benefits luxury goods, financial services, cosmetics and beauty, and hospitality and real estate. So once Mars enters Mesh Rashi, where Surya is present, that is on 11th of May, we may see a sharp change in the real estate markets, and we may expect volatility but sharp corrections followed by sharp recoveries as well. Because as soon as Mangal enters Mesh Rashi, definitely real estate market will see upward growth. But because Surya would be exiting at the same time through Kritika Nakshatra, which is his own Nakshatra, we may see little bit of recovery, but again growth as well. So the overall this directional energy leads towards the bulls, but don't be surprised by sudden speed breaker moments in the market in coming days. Now let's see how moon's position is influencing. Moon represents liquidity, so the flow of capital. So with the moon exalted in Rishabh Rashi, the capital is seeking stability. So we are likely to see money move towards economies that are resource rich. So for the Indian rupee, there is a gentle supportive undertone here. So exalted sun in Mesh Rashi in 12th house for India's Lagna, Rishabh Lagna, indicates a very strong and decisive mentality of Indian government. So we may expect any kind of communication from Reserve Bank of India. We have to keep an eye on their communications, and they may surprise us, and that's when markets may turn positive in coming days. So for crude oil and commodities, influence of the earthy sign Rishabh Rashi and fiery sign Mesh Rashi suggest sustained demand. So there is no planetary sign of a crash here. So prices are likely to rise up and will favor producers. For digital assets like cryptocurrencies, since Rahu is in Kumbh Rashi, there is a tension between new age speculations and traditional value. So while the wealth yogas in Vrishab Rashi pull people towards tangible assets like gold, Rahu keeps the appetite for digital assets also alive because he is in a natural 11th house Labhasthana. So we may expect crypto market to be highly reactive and sentiment driven. So capitulating to news quickly, but capable of sharp reversals as well. So for the next 3-4 months, we may see abundant amount of positivity in the markets, whether it's in precious commodities, or whether it's in equity markets, or whether it is in the flow of capital, currency, forex markets, or even in terms of crude oil and other set of commodities, cryptocurrencies, digital assets. We may see a sharp openings and upward trend, but after September or around September, we may start seeing the downtrend as well. So that's why my final advice for you today is be very careful before investing, and definitely hold it for a good amount of period. If you are a short-term investor, know the right timelines as I mentioned, and take the right decision. And Akshaya Tritiya is not just for the wealth, but for many other activities as I mentioned. So do something today that honors the energy of prosperity. So even Dana Dharma is also considered one of the auspicious activity in terms of prosperity. So more and more we give, that also will fetch us more and more amount of prosperity when we require the most. So it's always said that the person who donates more will not just reduce his bad karmas, but also will increase the punya karma. And that's the reason Danashura Karna also used to do that. There is a prasanga in Mahabharata where Karna asked his father how to let go of the karmas which he is incurring by being with Duryodhana and Shakuni. And that's when his father advises him to donate as much as possible, because there is no bigger amount of good karmas to create by giving donations. So that's why Karna used to donate on a daily basis so that he can be able to get rid of the bad karmas he is inculcating or he is getting by being in association of Duryodhana and Shakuni. So knowingly or unknowingly, we also may incur such kind of bad karmas, because this is a cosmopolitan world and we cannot avoid being in certain situation, no matter how much dharmic and karma conscious we are. So performing certain amount of donations for needy people or for those who require it the most will be the best suitable action to perform on this Akshaya Tritiya, because this is one of the finest Akshaya Tritiya in the recent years, as I explained in this video. So please do consider and carry out the activities. So that's what I wanted to convey to all of you. I just pray that Kuber Dev let him bless you all with the abundance of prosperity and everything in your life. So let there be Akshaya in all the things you guys do. So thank you. We will meet again in next video. Shubham.